is. Are you okay?
Guys, she's going down.
Hi, I'm Jason.
I'm Brian.
And welcome back to Workroom Weekly. Whoa, that starting off strong. There was a lot that happened in this episode, but what we just showed was Briar Blush fully dropping it on the main stage.
She's crashing out. She's fainting. I was looking for my fainting couch. I was like a Victorian, housewife. I was like, oh, where's my chaise?
Yeah, and her fainting count was in the form of Juicy Love Dion catching her fall. We will get into that later. There was a lot that happened in this episode. I mean, even off the top. I mean, this was following Mandy Mango's elimination. So sad. R.I.P. to the Mango. But we come back from this, and the girls are immediately getting into it. And I'm living for it because sometimes these, after main stage debriefs can be a little boring. Yeah. But Mia and Briar specifically were really going into it.
And it was about stuff that was happening off the clock, off camera. There was some button pushing, some stirring happening, allegedly on Briar's part. And she was getting called out.
Yeah, it was interesting because they kind of referenced it a little bit in last week's Untucked, and a lot of people were like, we didn't even see this. Like, where was this happening? So they, like you said, they did kind of backtrack, show the unseen footage. I thought it was kind of interesting, then they kind of rope in Athena, because I guess she was also in the discourse.
So she was making some, catty remark about Athena and Juicy being like, how come your drag daughter's not defending you? And which is rude as hell.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then she can't take a little poking of the bear either. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I really loved seeing this no side of Mia. I mean, she was really like, I haven't woken it up yet on this season, but I will. And I know Mia can definitely, you don't want to go up a fight against her. So I think,
Mia's a professional dancer.
Yeah.
She will roundhouse kick you. She'll clock you.
Yeah. So I really loved this off the top, and it kind of sets the stage for the rest of the episode, which we'll get into. But after this, so we go immediately into the Maxi Challenge for this week, which is really fun. So
I love this.
The girls are asked to pair up with their besties, and then from there, the girls have to design original looks inspired by two iconic red carpet moments. And then not just that, then the girls are going to be compared against each other and decide who wore it best. This was a really fun challenge.
I mean, we're week 4, and this is the second design challenge.
Yeah,
this is intense.
Luckily, no unconventional materials. They were quite gracious with giving them, things that were.
They went to Mood Fabrics and got tons of stuff, which is great. And these red carpet looks were so amazing,
so much fun. I think we definitely have to run through these just so we can set the stage on what the vibe was going into this. So we had Juicy and Briar first, who were given Lil Nas X at the 2020 Grammys, that iconic pink leather look, and Rihanna at the 2015 Met Gala, that iconic Wope yellow egg yolk dress.
And these were randomly chosen, but I thought those colors are going to go well together.
Yes. And then next we had Discord and Jane. They were giving Cher's iconic look at the 1986 Oscars.
Bob Mackie, baby.
Obviously. And Sarah Paulson at the Ocean's 8 premiere. I thought this was a little random, but a cool dress.
Yeah. I mean, the color, this was a bit of a curveball, but we got to get some lesbian representation up in there.
Absolutely. And I love in this, Ru does the Discord walk. He fully does the Discord walk right across the workroom. So we're still carrying that on.
At a 45-degree angle.
Yes. And then we had Mikey and Nene. They were given J-Lo's 2000s Grammys Versace dress, obviously.
I mean, back when she had a big butt, it was like, oh, we didn't realize how big the butts would get.
Yeah. And then Nicki Minaj at the 2011 Grammys, one of these cheetah print classic Nicki Roman Revenge era looks. Very fun.
And those look already smart together, jungle and animal themed. And it's like they're randomly picked, but they're starting to kind of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of prints happening, but it was interesting to see how some of them interpreted them, which was fun. And then next we had Sierra and Kenya. They were given Lady Gaga's 2010 VMAs meat dress.
Iconic.
Come on. And then Britney and Justin at the 2001 AMAs, the denim on denim.
Double denim.
Duh, come on. Ugh. Literally iconic. And then we had Mia and Vita. They were given Katy Perry at the 2019 Met Gala, her chandelier camp look, I believe this was.
I mean, I hated that look, but it was a good challenge.
It's definitely recognizable. And then Lil Kim at the 1999 VMAs. I mean, the nipple, the breast.
The moment Diana Ross goes, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Just gives a little boop, boop.
Yeah, when I see that shade of purple, I immediately think that look. It's just, one for the ages. And then last but not least, we had Darlene and Athena given Kim Kardashian at the 2013 Met Gala. This was Kim's first ever Met Gala. She was Kanye West +1. Wasn't even Kim Kardashian at that point. And she was dressed as grandma's couch in this dress.
And she was pregnant.
Yes. Carrying. And then Zendaya at the Dune 2 premiere. This iconic Mugler look. I mean,
which since that moment, we've watched a lot of Drag Race on Workroom Weekly. That look has been ripped off in 100 different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like La Roche's pièce de résistance when it comes to his styling for Zendaya. And that was the last look picked. So when they flipped that around, I was like, oh, that's going to be a doozy to have to do. So the girls, like I said, are going to have to take these looks and take elements from both and do a design challenge.
And compete against the person they were tricked into being like, who's your bestie? Now fight.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard because you kind of don't want to be pinned up against a designer. You've got people like Discord and Jane who are both really strong designers.
And Vita.
Yeah, and Vita, And then you've got people like Juicy and Briar who are a little bit more challenged. So, I think they challenge when it comes to the sewing
euphemism
needle.
of the year. They're challenged.
So, I think it was interesting because there was definitely pairings where there was a clear designer and then there was some where, there definitely wasn't, or there was two. So that made for really cool looks. Also, I loved that like Vita mentioned we know Vita was a designer, but she makes celebrity looks, like cosplay looks.
It was cool.
Like, oh my gosh, she's just like the moment when it comes to the sewing needle.
Oh my God.
I'm obsessed. So then during the workroom, we see that Briar is starting to get emotional with Juicy. She had shared, she was feeling a little down after critiques, the lip sync. And then she talks about, coming back to the workroom and being told that, someone thought that I shouldn't have been here over the other person, referencing Mia saying that Mandy should have stayed. I don't know. How did you feel about this interaction?
Yeah, I feel like we're watching Briar crashing out.
Yeah.
She's crying. She's like, you did lip sync for your life, and I thought they were pretty evenly matched. It just happened to be that Mandy Mango was in the bottom 3 weeks in a row. I think that would hurt her, but I think, she's feeling the pressure.
Yeah. And then even before we get to the main stage, Briar and Mia actually kind of reconcile with each other, and they share these very emotional moments. Briar talked about her home life, how she never really felt supported by her family, leaving the house at 16.
It's rough.
And then Mia talks about her own personal life and how she lost her brother and how that, really put her in a low spot and actually led her to find drag once again. We talked about she took a 14-year hiatus from drag, and I loved the moment that she shared that she took her brother's jeans from before he passed, and those are actually the same jeans that she made her entrance outfit with for this season.
I had no idea it was so, emotional. It was a really powerful moment. And I love seeing, I'm always a little bit worried about the edit, because when you see something emotional, you think, are the editors giving us a little monologue because this person is going home this week?
Yeah.
You start to but it was just great to see this side of the queens.
Yeah, and even Kenya, they then started talking to Kenya, and she was talking about how she was born when her mother was really young. She was born on the floor of her mother's college dorm room, and
her mother, TLC has a show, I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant.
Yeah.
And Kenya's mother was one of these women who, probably gave birth early, and she was in college, and then Kenya was raised by her grandmother.
Yeah.
And then I was really touched by her reconnecting with her mom later on when she came out, because grandma wasn't as supportive of the whole gay thing, but mom was.
Yeah.
And it just goes, I'm getting chills.
I know.
It just goes to show you, drag, it brings people together in ways that you can't expect it.
It's really refreshing to see one of a narrative that you don't see often of like coming out actually brought you closer to your family. You know, you don't that's not something we're usually used to. So that was really beautiful to see. Loved seeing like all these sides of these girls. Like you said, it wasn't for like a tricky edit or anything. It's just like showing the complete, you know, package of all of these ladies, which is so great.
It did make me think like how hard it is to get on the show if you don't have an interesting life story.
I know.
You got to kind of like go through the trauma bin and be like, what could I cry about on the show?
Yeah, we got to secure that Emmy. Come on. The traders are, you know, right behind us.
Biting at the heels.
They are. So we go to the main stage. I got to say, Rue has been looking so incredible
Snatched.
this season. I don't know what the hell Zaldi, his designer, has been putting in the water this season, but like this look was incredible.
The picture window, peekaboo.
Yeah.
That like dark blue sequin. It
reminded me a lot
stunning.
of the episode 2 outfit she wore. It was just like that same kind of just iridescent like texture. I mean, she has just been looking amazing.
The whole panel was sparkly today.
Yeah. We had La Roche come back, which obviously always welcomed.
With 16 inches of hair.
Yes.
Law's
whipping it
like,
in the wind.
hello, I'm back.
Come on. And then guest judge was Annalie Ashford. We love her. I saw her in Sweeney Todd. I was obsessed. She's great.
Yeah.
So let's get into this runway. Let's talk about our favorites of the week. Do you want to start off?
I have 2 favorites. I gotta say, right off the bat, I was really stunned by Juicy's look. It just was like pretty in pink with the yellow. Obviously, I'm into yellow fringe and fur. I was like, meow. She just looks so good. I just love the silhouette of it. Obviously, we have to give honorable mention to the person who pretty much made the dress.
Correct. Yes.
Jane Don't.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to ask you about. Like, what's your perspective on, you know, Jane kind of talked about you're going to slowly run out of people who will help you in this competition. And we've known that Juicy is not a seamstress or a designer by any means.
She's a flipper.
You know, she just charms her way through, you know, getting help from others. And we've seen this in past seasons. And I think it's something where the person who's helping just has to, you know, is that a place you want to put yourself in? Is that a position you want to put yourself in? Because obviously Juicy got kudos for this outfit. You could see Jane kind of like side-eyeing, you know, but you're not going to stand on that stage and be like, well, I actually did none of this. You know, this was all that person. I mean, you can throw maybe a little bone, but...
And I think it just speaks to Jane Don't being secure in the competition at this point.
Yes.
That she can spread a little of the talent around. And you know, Jane looked incredible as well. But my other favorite, you know... I think a lot of the looks were great, but my other favorite was Mia.
Yes.
The little Kim look was just so iconic, and I thought her look really did twist the two together in such a fun way, and the chandelier wig on top. I just liked it.
Yeah, it was so true to Mia's brand, which I love. Mia is a big boob girl. She loves a big breastplate. So I think her specifically embodying this Lil Kim look just felt so correct. So it was really great seeing.
She's a hip hop girl. She's toured with Rihanna.
I know. So it just felt like a great mashup of her own personal drag style and really honoring these two looks. She didn't go too literal with the chandelier. You know, it was tasteful.
Yeah, there was there was some beading dangling off the side, and then the hair, you know, was giving was that Halle Berry movie?
Which one?
Baps.
Sure, I guess.
We're going back far with this one. What was your favorite look?
I had two also. My first one was Sierra. This Gaga and Justin Brittany inspired outfit was just so great. Like the vibrant red of this outfit was amazing. I just think that like that fascinator, the Philip Tracy inspired fascinator is so Gaga coded. I mean, when she rounded the corner, I immediately knew this was a Gaga inspiration.
Oh,
and the
Bad
fact
Romance,
that it was
yeah.
like made out of the denim material was a cool crossover of like the two, which I really liked. And just Sierra is someone who knows details. Like we've seen this in a lot of her looks, everything down to like her Instagram presence. Like she is a detail oriented queen. So I love seeing that in this outfit as well, with like the meat tag and like the tying of, you know, the roast around her outfit. Like it was just really great. One thing I would have loved to see, maybe like a Gaga heel, like, you know, just a classic Gaga silhouette would have been amazing. I feel like Sierra is the type of queen that would have that type of shoe. Maybe she didn't pack it for Drag Race.
And it would have
like,
also added a little bit more, you know, Gaga often does like the cloved hoof or something.
Yeah.
And we've got denim and meat. There was something. I wanted something a little bit more country there. Something a little bit more slaughterhouse.
Yeah, like the armadillo heel or something could have been really fun.
A hook.
Yeah.
Give me a hook.
Yeah, really.
I'll say that about Mia's dress. How cute it would have been if she were pregnant or carrying a baby in that.
That would have been.
If her baby was like a purse or she was pregnant, she would have won.
Yeah. It's all in the details, baby. And then my second favorite was Nene Coco. This was very simple, but very effective, which I can absolutely appreciate. Just the cat suit bodysuit was correct. It was perfectly made.
Over the shoe, gave it the full silhouette.
Yep. The draping of the J-Lo inspired outfit, you know, her referencing just like the deep V. It's just simple. You know, I loved like the head wrap that she had. Nene's makeup is always perfection.
If I was flying on Emirates and Nene came down the aisle and was like, what beverage would you like? I'd be like, all of it.
Give it to me
Give
now.
it to me.
Just another detail-oriented queen that I am obsessed with. Every week after an episode, she drops like her sketch inspirations for each runway. And she is just such a methodical thinker. And I can absolutely appreciate that and just know that this girl she's doing drag, but she's doing like artistry at like a different level that people are not on the same level as.
We love, and she looks like Alicia Edwards.
We love Alicia.
But none of our favorites actually won.
Yeah, so this was interesting. So, well, in the tops were Sierra and then Vita and Jane, which Vita still had a great look. You know, we know Vita's always going to deliver. She's always going to do great. Jane, like you said, wasn't my favorite Jane Doe outfit. I mean, it was fine.
It was a cool reference, you know, to Mame, the B. Arthur movie. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So Vita ended up winning this challenge, which is really great. I think it's redemption from episode 1 since they had to lip sync for the crown or the top.
Absolutely.
And Nene ended up winning when, you know, she should have, when
Vita's black and white umbrella look was the best.
So I'm glad she's got the redemption, which is great. But even before we get into this lip sync, we got to go back and fully talk about this Briar situation, because let's like just lay it out on what happened.
The play-by-play. So La Roche is critiquing harshly the look.
Correct. Looks like a WWE wrestler is what he said. Wanted her to suplex Juicy. Very valid. Very valid.
But this was, you know, the moment where suddenly we start seeing Briar blinking.
Yeah, she has like a very empty stare. And even Law comments and he's like, don't look at me like that. And then, you know, she kind of like snaps out of it. And then, you know, and then as Rue is about to name who wore it better, drops.
Faints, but her eyes are open the whole time. So the whole thing is very, very eerie.
Yeah.
I thought it was creepy, but immediately then the girls backs on the back line are like, she's faking it. This isn't true. This is fake.
Yeah. So Mia goes, well, that better be real. And Vita says, it's not. It's a show. And then you've got Mikey in confessionals being like, she would never do that. She would never do that. It's not true.
The drag queen who cried wolf.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to speak on like what I think of it.
Only
but,
one person knows.
No, exactly. So to speculate is just wasting time. But it definitely was a moment where we were like, holy crap, like what's going on? You know? So
I want to know, you guys watching in the comments, do you think it was real or fake? Like we're not here to speculate.
Yeah.
We want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know. But even with her fainting spell, Briar still ended up in the bottom. So she ended up in the bottom against Kenya. And she comes back. Briar's cleared from medical. And she says, I cannot squabble this opportunity. And everyone else is like, girl, what the fuck?
I know. It's like Michael Rappaport on Traders with a commiserate. We're all getting our dictionaries out watching reality TV these days.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want to squabble the opportunity?
Squander, baby. The word of the day is squander. So Briar and Kenya have to lip sync to Lights, Camera, Action by Kylie Minogue. Fun song. What'd you think about the lip sync?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I think it was clear who was gonna go home. But yeah, I don't know. I think they were evenly matched. They were fun.
I live for Kenya as a performer. Like, she is just like, she can dip, she can split, she can drop it. I mean, to quote herself, she said, "The did touch the ground, darling." I mean, she was thrusting, she was impregnating that floor. It was crazy. I don't know what it is about Briar. I said it last week with her lip sync. She like gargles her words, like something about like, I don't know if she like knows the words and she's just not enunciating them. Something about it just like is kind of off for me. But I was living for Kenya. I was fully, I had a ticket to the Pleaser show, and I'm really happy that she shined.
And let's be real, you know, Kenya ain't going home.
No,
not yet. Not this early.
We still need to see. And in the words of Mia, justice for Mandy Mango. Justice for Mandy Mango in this lip sync. You said. No comment. But in this, Briar ended up being the one who did not win. Kenya edged her out, and unfortunately, Briar had to be sent home this episode.
Got a lot of screen time this week.
Yeah.
And you know, we sort of saw the villain character, you know, get challenged, and then she cracked, and then she fainted, and you know, or did she?
Yeah.
And then the medics revived her with some smelling salts. Who knows what they did backstage? And then she packed her bags and went home.
Yeah. I think Briar she made a good impression on the show. You know, she came in guns blazing, and she had a very strong personality, a very clear drag aesthetic, which I love, you know. So
yeah, I think the girl group challenge, she totally rocked.
Amazing.
She looked so good in that, and just really felt like, you know, Cherry Bomb, you know, the Runaways. And so I think that we're gonna see a lot more, you know, badass rock and roll, you know, punk rock moments from
Briar. So next week we've got a
big surprise.
We've got a big surprise next week. So we will not be here next week recapping episode 5, but we have a very special surprise to be in lieu of that.
That's right. We've got Nymphia Wind and Plastique Tiara. They're on tour right now, the Serpents Tour.
Yes.
And they're passing through New York and Philadelphia, and we are going to talk to them. And this weekend, you want to see this double diva act. They're going to be at Irving Plaza on Sunday in New York City, and they're going to be at the Theater of the Living Arts in Philly on Monday. And then next week, we're going to talk to them.
Heck yeah.
I cannot wait. I mean,
two legends. You've got a winner, and you've got like
an all-star,
the most followed drag queen on social media, the lady herself. I'm excited. These girls do drag, mama. This show, you know they're bringing the looks. You know they're bringing the storytelling. They're going to be bringing everything.
And I can tell you, when Nymphia won, I was at $3 Bill in Brooklyn, and the crowd went wild. And also the Asian representation in the room was unlike anything $3 Bill had ever seen before. It's Nymphia's special. So grab your bananas.
Grab your bananas. Get ready. Wear yellow next week. It'll still drop at the normal time. You're ready already.
I'm ready.
You're ready to go. So yes, that will drop on the standard Saturday that we do for Workroom Weekly. But yeah, we'll see you the following week to get back to recapping.
That's right.
See you then.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.